So just 1 year after a local mother was beaten to death on Thanksgiving night by her boyfriend, her family is closer to creating a first-of-its-kind domestic violence registry, hoping to spare others the pain and horror they have been through.
And Tina Stewart was killed in an act of domestic violence in Newman Lake on Thanksgiving Day 2017 by her boyfriend, Nicholas Holden. Since
her death, her family has been lobbying state and federal lawmakers to create a new domestic violence registry to save lives. And tonight, they have a bill. Our Hawk Hammer is going in depth on this story after speaking with the family and the state lawmaker who sponsored it.
Nadine, police say Tina Stewart was killed in a drunken rage after Thanksgiving dinner last year. Now, Representative Brad Clippard of Washington's 8th District says he's introducing a bill in her honor this upcoming session. Stewart's uncle, who has worked tirelessly for the new law, says the step is important and bittersweet. It was Thanksgiving when 30-year-old Tina Stewart was beaten to death by her boyfriend. Now behind bars, he's serving 16 years after a tearful guilty plea. But his sentence wasn't enough for her family. They made a promise when they buried her.
That I would make sure that in every possible breath in my body that I would change these laws in Washington state to make sure that no family has to suffer like this. And I intend to keep that promise.
And now, after a year's worth of calling representatives statewide and federally, her uncle is one step closer.
Domestic violence has been a behind the closed doors crime where people say for years, what goes on behind closed doors stays behind closed doors. No. Those old days are over.
Representative Brad Clippard, a law enforcement officer of 22 years, has sponsored Tina's bill.
People can protect themselves from domestic violence. That's the purpose of this law.
In its current form, it would broadly require anyone charged with felony domestic violence or multiple misdemeanor DVs to be listed on a registry kept up to date by Highway Patrol. There would be ways to get off the registry, and the length of time on it would depend on the offense. It's a big step for a family still mourning, but one they say is in the right direction.
It gives people hope. And the hope is people do care. They do understand domestic violence is rampant.
With a bill in hand, it's back to work, back to calling those legislators. But for a bill that would be the first of its kind, they say it's all worth it for Tina. And Representative Clippard says he plans on introducing that bill in January. It will go before the majority leaders, starting with the House. He says they have said they will hear the bill. If it then makes it out of committee, and there will likely be additional changes, if it does, it goes to a vote, then repeats the whole process in the Senate. Clippard is optimistic, but there's still a long road ahead. I'm Hawk Hammer, KXLY 4 News.